Hey guys, it's Vignesh from Code Android. In this video, we'll see the setup required for Flutter development. There are some pre-requirements for this. First, we need Android SDK and Java for Android development, Xcode for iOS development. Note that if you don't have macOS, then you can't develop iOS application. Let's see how to install Flutter on your system, then we'll see about the IDEs. To download Flutter, go to flutter.dev and click on Get Started. Now we need to choose the platform. We are going to install Flutter on Windows, so I am selecting Windows. There are two ways to download Flutter. Either you can download the zip file or clone it from the repository using Git. I am going to use Git, so I am copying the command and opening the required folder. To keep the files, creating a folder called Android, inside creating another folder called Flutter. Now we need to open the command prompt in this location. To do that, in the path place, typing cmd and hitting enter. This will open new command prompt window pointing to this folder. Paste the git command here and hit enter. It will take some time according to your internet speed. Cloning the project creating Flutter folder, so we don't need to create it again inside Android folder. Open Flutter folder and bin. Here we have our Flutter command. Now copy the path and go to that path in your command prompt using cd change directory command. To verify Flutter, run flutter -- version. This will print the Flutter version. If we run this command outside this directory, then we will get this error. To avoid this, we need to set Flutter path in environment variable. To do that, right click on this PC and select Properties. Then select Advanced System Settings and click on Environment Variables. In this dialog, we need to add Java home with JDK directory location and Android home with SDK location. My SDK location is hidden, so it's not showing in this dialog. So opening Explorer, inside your user folder, we have a hidden folder called app data. Inside local, we have a folder called Android. This is the place Android Studio keeps the SDK by default. So copy the location and giving it as a path for Android home. Finally, we need to add Android SDK tool bin folder and Flutter bin directory to the path variable. To verify Flutter, open new command prompt window and run flutter -- version. You can see now we can access Flutter from anywhere in the command prompt. Let's do the setup for Mac. To do that, go to flutter.dev and click on Get Started. We are going to install Flutter on macOS, so selecting macOS. You can download the Flutter zip file or clone it from the repo. To clone it, open terminal and go to required folder. Now paste the command and clone the repository. I have my Flutter and Android SDK here. To make Flutter to work system-wide, we need to configure profiling. As I am running on macOS Catalina, I need to create a file called .zshrc inside our user folder. To view the hidden files, press Command Shift and dot. This will make hidden files too visible. Now we need to edit the file. I have given these content in the description. My Android SDK is present at this location, so please update your location according to your system. After setting the Android home, adding Tools and Platform Tools folder to the path. Finally, adding Flutter location to the path variable. Now we need to restart the system once. After that, open a terminal and run flutter ---- version. This will show the Flutter version. Now we'll see about the IDEs. We can either use Android Studio or Visual Code Studio for Flutter. As I am an Android developer, I am familiar with Android Studio, so I will be using Android Studio for my future tutorials. Now we'll see how to set up those. Irrespective of the IDE, we need to install Flutter and Dart separately. In Android Studio, we need to open plugin. On the other hand, we need to open extension panel on Visual Code Studio. Search for Dart and install it. Finally, search for Flutter and install it. To verify the setup, run Flutter Doctor in your terminal or command prompt. When you run this command for the first time, you need to accept license for Android development. Now we have completed the setup for Flutter. In next video, we'll see how to create our first Flutter application. That's all for this video guys. If you have any doubts, please put it in the comment section. I will try to answer it. Hope you like it. I will see you in my next video. Have a nice day.